Hey guys! So, over the past year, I have been working really hard to transition to a zero waste lifestyle. Now, that in no way means I'm living 100% zero waste, but I was hoping through this video I can encourage some of you to make small changes in your life by showing you the small changes I've made in mine. But before I get started showing you what I'm using, why should you go zero waste? What's in it for you, right? So going zero waste is becoming aware of the excess material we're using and discarding on a daily basis. If you think about it, disposable plastics are only about 70 years old and didn't even gain popularity until about 50 years ago. So what we're talking about here is not an old issue. It's rather new. And since the creation of disposable plastics, humans have generated over 8.3 billion tons of plastic waste. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. 2,000 pounds is 14 of me. It's an incomprehensible number. This is talking about a crisis that we are currently in, that we have created and are continuing to support. One of my big concerns is with the marine life that is affected by our inconsideration. They estimate that 8 million pieces of plastic finds its way to the ocean every day. And the plastic that ends up in the ocean doesn't just disintegrate away. I mean, wouldn't that be nice? It stays there so that the marine life consume it, fish, turtles, birds, and eventually we consume it in the version of microplastics, which is a scary thought. And they're saying that by 2050, plastic will outnumber fish in the ocean. So in the midst of this plastic pollution crisis, I've been hearing a lot of blaming Asian countries, blaming corporations. We act as if individuals in first world countries are exempt from having to worry about their waste, when in fact a lot of that waste that you generate in a first world country will be shipped to the third world countries who don't have good waste management plans, and it will end up being dumped into rivers and oceans that will affect us in the long run. So let me transition away from ranting to talking about what I'm using to promote a zero waste lifestyle. Plastic bottles. Every minute, there are approximately 1 million plastic bottles being purchased around the world. Easy transition. Go to a reusable bottle. Now, this is made of plastic. Isn't that hypocritical? Oh my God. Not necessarily. As long as what you're using can be reused and you're staying away from the disposables, that is zero waste. This is not thrown away. This is used and used and used. And I love it because it has a button. But yeah, transition to the bottle, especially if you're in a country with clean tap water. USA, Japan, Australia, we live in countries that have safe drinking water that comes out of the tap. And if you're not comfortable with that, then getting a filtered water system is easily accessible and can save the plastic. We have no excuse not to be using plastic bottles that are reusable. Next, this one really gets me. Plastic bags. So they estimate that every minute 2 million plastic bags are being handed out around the world. Every minute, 2 million. It's just bizarre to me. So this little guy is my avocado bag. You can uncinch him, pop him open, and voila, you have a bag. Reusable bag. Now, there's so many options for reusable bags. This one is just easy for me because I can wad them up so small. But you can use cotton, canvas, whatever, as long as you're using something that you can reuse over and over again. This one also unfolds, but it's much bigger. So I like this one as well. Yeah, so if we transition to using our own bags, then we can cut back on that 2 million bags per minute. Okay, let's talk about utensils. I use Educated Earthlings, but what you got in your little pack is a knife, straw, spoon, fork, and chopsticks. It's all bamboo. And the straw comes with a fancy schmancy straw cleaner, which is super useful for your water bottle with a straw in it. At least I find it. And you can just fold this little pouch up and stick it in your bag. So that's a great way. If you're not into chopsticks, then you can go spork. It's much lighter, but I like just having everything in a bundle. But it's up to you. There's so many companies that offer stuff like this. Produce bags. This is the best. I love using this. So I use it for pastries in Japan, or you can use it for vegetables, fruits, anything that you would normally get that little plastic sleeve for. You can just stick in here, and they come in all different sizes. I use this one too for the big stuff. Yeah, and it's great if you don't want to use those plastic sleeves. Paper towels, you can just use your own washcloth. That's what I do. Sometimes I use it as a tissue and wash it, of course, don't worry. I bring extra pair of chopsticks just in case my friends want to use them. And I try to help them get waste-free as well. This is so cool. You can make your own. I bought mine store-bought, but this tries to avoid saran wrap, plastic wrap you put over any type of food that you're not eating all of it. You put it back in the fridge, want to keep it good. So this is beeswax. This one is the big one. You can put it over casserole dishes and whatever else you have. This one is my favorite and I use all the time. Isn't it cute? It's so small. Eating half an apple and then not finishing it, but when you leave the apple out, it gets really brown and gross. So I just put my apple here and then it molds to whatever you put it on. See? And then you can easily take it off, wipe some soap, and clean it up. Really cool. Plastic bags. Ta-da! I've got a bagel inside. But yeah, you can use, these are great. It's eco-fresh. You can just undo them and they seal really well. So I bring these with me. All of this fits inside of this. And the weight of all of those things combined is less than my smartphone. Now, our smartphones are our biggest priorities. If you leave the house and you forget your smartphone, what do? You go back for it. So I think if we start changing our mentality and giving all of our reusable items priority, then, well, I think we could change the world. Especially if you have a car or you carry a backpack, briefcase, stick this guy in there. It has everything in it you need to be zero waste in your day-to-day life. Another thing I bring with me is a reusable cup for Starbucks or places with hot liquids that don't have reusable mugs. But Starbucks has reusable mugs, just sometimes I want a pretty one instead. What else? Let's talk about ladies' products. I know guys aren't too into this, but it's a part of life for us. And in 2018 alone, 5.8 billion tampons were purchased in the USA. Just to put it into perspective, one woman over the course of her lifetime will use more than 5,000 pads or tampons. And we think that when we throw it away, it just disappears forever. But it's not the case. The average tampon and pad is made with plastic that will last 500 to 800 years. The first disposable tampons weren't even invented until about 1930. First disposable pads, 1970. So all of the tampons and pads ever used, well, I'll let you think about that one. So what I use reusables. They come in cute colors, but basically it's just a microfiber pad you put on your underwear and you snap like this. Ta-da! They're great, easy to clean, I promise. There's tons of tutorials online you can look at. So that's replacement for pads. Then you can also use replacement for tampon, which is the cup. Very easy to use. Yeah, Google it. You'll save a lot of waste. So that's the dirty side. Let's talk about clean stuff. This one is probably one of the most eco-friendly products people have used for a very long time. Body soap. If we buy the bar in eco-friendly packaging instead of using the big plastic bottle, we save so much plastic around the world. It smells so good. So I keep mine in these containers, and when I'm traveling, I can just put them in the shower and then wash them out, take them with me and pack them. Very easy. I use body soap. This is body lotion. It's a lotion bar that you can just rub all over your body. Very nice, easy to use. Conditioner bar. Save the plastic bottles. We don't need them because this works just the same. It literally comes on like butter. You just use it like a soap bar. You wet your hair and then just rub it like that. It works great. I've used it for a while now. And then I've got shampoo. This one's my shampoo and another conditioner bar. I keep them together. But it's so easy to travel with, and it's plastic free, except for the case, which is reusable. I have also transitioned to no Q-tips. I use this guy now. It's, you can see, silicone. Yeah, works pretty good. It's not, now this is one of the products that it's not the same as a Q-tip, but I've learned to make the change. I would rather use this than use the Q-tips, and it works semi-okay. So you can also use these. They're picks. I use them in the shower and then clean them as I go. So these are some of the ways that I've changed to be less harmful to the earth. And I think you can do it too. It's not that hard. We just have to change our mentalities and start prioritizing our home instead of prioritizing convenience.